and hello everyone. My name is Maureen, and he just introduced that I'm the director of English department in Teaching-1 Elementary School, which is located in Taipei City, just nearby Taoyuan. Yes, and I told him too that this is my first time to deliver speech in English, so I'm quite nervous about that. But when I got here, they say, "Oh, the teachers here are really friendly. That's really cool me down. If you're a friendly teacher, please give me a big hand." Thank you. All right, and the topic today I'm going to talk about is collaborative teaching by native English-speaking teachers and non-native English-speaking teachers. And I heard that some of you don't need to co-teach with local teachers. So actually you're free to, the door's open. If this is not going to help you, you're free. I'm kidding, stay. Alright, before I start my topic, there's a couple numbers about me. Want to give a try to guess what these number means? Yes?
13 is how many years you've been married?
I just want to say correct. No, not really. I have been teaching for 13 years.
Okay.
But that's a good try. So, well, you want to try? Give it a try. You can say I got 23.5 kids. And Leo?
23.5, is that your age?
I hope so. You made my day. But actually, that's the size of my shoe. It's not important at all. and how about you?
Yeah, 3 children.
I hope that I don't have anyone yet. That 3 means I have been the director in my school for 3 years. And the last one, 4, is I have been co-teaching with with foreign teachers for 4 years. So I got only 4 years experience. That's how much I can share. And this is before I'm going to my topic. Can you see this picture here?
Yes.
So if you see the big coordinate, if you can find this picture, please raise your hand. Okay? Ready? Go. You got it. Where is it?
L.
L1.
Yeah.
Bingo. The picture's here. Very good. But I have no prize for you. I'm sorry. I'm just want to make sure you're with me now. So this is totally nothing about today's topic, right? But I won't do it again, I promise. All right. Today I'm going to talk about collaborative teaching, what and how. So first, I got so many. I have a pre-test for you. So before we go into my speech, you can think about that. What's collaborative teaching? And I say co-teaching. Just tell me true or false. So, I'm sorry. So, number 1, co-teaching is simply about 2 teachers teaching in the same class.
False.
False? All right. Number 2, co-teaching is 2 teachers teaching the same content at the same time.
False.
All right, we got 2 false. So number 3, co-teaching is 2 teachers teaching totally different content at the same time.
False.
False? All right. So number 4, co-teaching is 1 teacher teaching and 1 teacher grading the books.
False.
False. Okay, good. I don't have the answer for you right now. So you have to listen carefully to find out the answers. Through my speech. So I found, in my research, I found a definition of collaborative teaching. So that's involve 2 or more teachers. They work together to plan lessons, lecture and teach, do evaluations, and manage the class. So for me, it's not just simply teaching the class. There are 3 parts. Before the class, you would have to prepare, and during the class, you would teach maybe together or work together. And after the teaching, you have to do evaluations. So not just teach in the class, that's simple. So when we talk about co-teaching, not just do 2 teachers in the classroom and you begin. No, we have to plan a lot. So, and still, there are 6 basic models for co-teaching. This is not from me, this is from a lot of these theories. So first one is, and the 6 models is talking about 2 teachers, 2 co-teachers teach in one class. So first one is one teach, one observe. So one main teacher will lead the class and another co-teacher will observe either the teacher or the students. That happens when you co-teach with new teacher. You don't know how to collaborate with him or her, so you will observe first. Or you get a new class. You need to observe the students' behavior or their English ability, so you will do this model. Or sometimes that's when you co-teach with homeroom teachers. They cannot really help you a lot, and their English ability is not good enough to facilitate the teaching. They probably will do this one too. And the second one is one teach, one drift. That's kind of similar, but this time still one teacher lead the whole class, and another co-teacher will work around the groups or students to facilitate students' studying. We'll see maybe these kids got problems, we'll help them. And then number 3, called parallel teaching. Now in this model, we'll divide the students into 2 groups. And 2 teachers will teach the same content at the same time. Just try to minimize the size of the students so you got more chance to interact with the individual students. So we'll do this model. And number 4, we call station teaching. Then we will divide the students into 3 or 4 groups. And 2 teachers probably will teach different content. We're talking about more. Today my sharing is basically about station teaching. So we'll talk about this later. And number 5 is alternative teaching. That's because in my school, there are 34 students in one class. So that's a lot, and actually all the kids got different learning paths. So some kids, they are really high level, and some kids, they're slower. So when one teacher leads the whole class, another co-teacher probably need to pull out those slow learners and give them extra help. So that only small group needs help, right? So we call that alternative teaching. And last one, we call team teaching. That means 2 teachers will stand in front of the class and take turns to deliver the speech or teach the class. But they need to cooperate really well if you can before you can really do team teaching, because you know when I have to take next lead. So, do you think which one is the best way of co-teaching?
Number 6. Team
Number
teaching.
6. Why?
Well, I mean, if you work with a coach, it's very important that you can work as a team.
Yes.
If one teacher does something different to what the other one is doing, there's going to be a lot of problems. The kids will get confused. They don't know who to listen to. Yeah, I would go with number 6.
Okay, good. That's good point of view. But in my opinion, there's none of one is the best one, because you use it in different situations. So each one is good, but I like your point. So I just mentioned I'll talk about more about station teaching today. And now we need to talk about how to do that. But before we doing station teaching, we still need to consider about some factors of co-teaching. And this is not from me, this is from a lot of the English teachers' experiences. So we come out these factors of co-teaching. So first one is teacher's personality. Like if you got this experience, some teachers they are shy, some teachers are outgoing and easy to get along with, But some teachers like to work alone. They don't really cooperate with others. So we all got different personality, and this is really difficult. And I cannot do anything for that. So you need to figure out with your co-teachers. And then number 2 is lack of communication. And in this one, we are not only talk about, first one is the English ability. Because I shouldn't say English ability, because for some foreign teachers, they will complain about our local teacher, they don't speak English properly, so cause misunderstanding all the time. But like in my school, our foreign teacher, he tried to learn Chinese. So if you can put yourself in other shoes, you will find out, if you can try to learn Chinese a little bit, probably would reduce the misunderstanding. I mean, yeah. This is the first one, the language problem. And then another one is the time. Because all the teachers are so busy. We got so many classes, like we have to teach, like local teachers have to teach 20 periods in 1 week. And we have the English competition, and we need to do our reader's peers, song competition, and we got weekly sentences. So many activities. All the teachers are so busy. And also, of course, for foreign teachers are so busy too. So it's really difficult for teachers to squeeze time to talk, to care about your personal life. But it's important. You still need to care about your co-workers, right? But I'm just mentioning, time is the problem. Language is the problem. And the last one is, like in my school, one foreign teacher has to work with at least 5 local teachers. So that means the same communication. If you don't have exactly the same time to sit together to have a meeting, that means you have to meet with individual teacher 5 times. So that will make the communication more difficult. So that's one problem. And next one is clarification of teacher's role. And teachers talk about this because in general class, teachers are the king or the queen in their own kingdom. But in co-teaching classroom, you need to share your kingdom with someone else. This is really difficult for teachers, especially when you have been teaching alone for 10 or more years. It's really difficult for those teachers to take down their crown and share some of their space. So that will cause problem too. Next one is knowledge of teaching styles. As we know, all the teachers has different teaching styles. So some teachers like to teach the class as the teacher-centered. So he's the queen or the king who talks all the time. But some teachers like to design the activity, just let the kids play. So that's totally different teaching style will cause problem because you need to work together. And last one is cultural understanding. So you might have a lot of experiences. So we don't need to dress on this now. So, So that's all the factors that's cause co-teaching so difficult. So, but we need to see. Can you read this for me?
ABC.
ABC. Yes?
A13C.
Wow. I just give it a line. We got 2 different ways. But actually, who got something different? ABC, A13C. But actually, yes, you are both correct. You just see these things in different perspectives, right? Yeah. So sometimes misunderstanding because these problems. Sometimes our things are both right, just different. So we got this consensus. I mean, we need to have this consensus, and then I want to move into my school. Alright, this is my school, Teaching Elementary School, which is really new. It's only 4 years old so far. It's pretty. It's located in Danshui. If you have been there, you can visit my school. And this is my team. And I call we are a professional learning community because we're always learning together. And we got 2 foreign teachers in my team. And as you can see, most of the local teachers are really young. So they work really hard. I mean, it's easier for young, not easier, no, actually no, you will see many problems. I'll talk about problems about us later. And, oh, that's right. And this is the co-teacher structure. As I just mentioned, we got 2 foreign teachers in our school, and the line is who has to co-teach with the local teachers. And on this one, I only co-teach with 1 foreign teacher. So I call this as a diamond shape because diamond is strong, it's hard, and sometimes it's difficult. And do you remember this? When you co-teach with 1 teacher, you need to think about that. You need to go through the factors of things. When you co-teach with 5 or more teachers, the difficulty will become 5 times. Did you do that? You got experience
Now, the
too?
last assignment that I had, I worked with a total of 9 different co-teachers at the same time.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah, because I had 3 schools.
Oh, okay, then that's even more difficult because different schools got different cultures.
And grades, and to make it even more interesting, the grade variation was from 2nd through 9th grade.
Right, you win.
Yeah.
Then yours not really diamond, yours spider shape.
Yeah, well, to make matters worse, it was in the mountains outside of Jais. So.
Alright, so just want to mention that's difficult for foreign teachers, and I agree with that. And I try to work hard to figure this out, how to make this easier. So before we start the school, before the school start, I mean 3 years ago, I asked our teachers, what's the most important elements for co-teaching? Can you think about that?
Patience.
Patience. Good, I like that.
Flexibility.
What?
Flexibility.
Okay, good. That's important too, because you need to work with so many different persons, so many different styles. And?
Understanding.
Understanding, good job. That's almost my answer. So these answers came out from our teachers. Just first, the most important I think is respect. You need to respect your teachers, their culture, their personality. So respect is the most important one for me. And then just mention the passion is important. When you have the passion in teaching or with your life, and everybody can feel in this way too. So passion and sharing. And I think if you want to co-teach with someone else, sharing is really important. You need to share your ideas, your opinions, then we can move into communication. If we don't share anything, just keep everything in secret, then there's no way to communicate. The next one, flexibility is really important, we just say, and understanding. Okay, so these came out from our teachers. So we have the consensus before we start the school. But that doesn't mean everybody got all. We just think that's important, but it's difficult to do that. And so I'm sharing how does our team work as a learning community, just how to work as a team. So we did this for several aspects. So first one, we do lesson preparation, observation, and briefing. I'll talk about this later. and then we share documents on Drive. So that's I as teachers, or we share everything in Drive.
Google Drive?
Yes, Google Drive. So all the teachers can upload their PPTs or lesson plans or worksheets, and everyone can download it and use it and revise it in your class. So we share everything. And then we have workshops just like this. We just invite professors or experts, but I'm not professor or experts, I'm just share experience. And then we have study groups, and we invite experts to participate in our meetings to give us some feedback or ideas. So as I just mentioned, this is the way how we did lesson preparations. So every week, we have Friday meeting. We meet from 2 to 5 o'clock every Friday. So during this meeting, all the English teachers, including local teachers and foreign teachers, will sit together to talk about the school-wide curriculum or school-wide activities. For the past 3 years, we have been talking about reading strategies and what else? We've been talking about a lot about strategies and rubrics and indicators. We try to build up teachers' ability for 3 years. And from this semester, we will focus on school-based curriculum. We try to develop our own school-based bilingual curriculums. So that's what we'll work on. But for each grade, because teachers teach different grades, so every week we'll have at least one period to prepare their grade lesson. So all the grade 1, they will meet Tuesday, first period. Teachers will find out the free period, and they will meet together to prepare the lesson for the coming 2 weeks. And that's in my school. Each teacher has a chance, or you say have to or must, have an open class observation at least once a year. So that's means if we have 10 English teachers, we'll have at least 10 times of open class observation. We'll invite the teachers to come to our own class and I'll teach. They will come to my class to observe the students' learning or the teacher's instruction. So we'll do that.
You mean the foreign teachers will go to your class to observe?
They will do that too.
Oh, okay. So it's a both-way thing.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
And as I just mentioned, that's in my whole school. Not just English teachers, including homeroom teachers, subject teachers. Every teacher have to once a year.
But do they have trouble understanding like what the teacher's talking about because they're speaking Chinese?
So that's why homeroom teachers, they don't come to English class. Because actually in my school there are more than 60 teachers. So we won't go to 60 different observations. We'll choose that class that we want to observe. But I would just invite English teachers, you have to go to the English class at this. But sometimes we'll observe the homeroom teachers to teach Chinese or teach math. We will participate in that observation too. But after the observation, we will have some briefing to give the teachers feedback because I observed something, right? And I tell him how do the kids learn or what caused them trouble to understand teacher. And then sometimes we'll give some teachers some suggestions about how to make the class better. So after that, we'll have briefing. And this is the observation form. You just write down something you observe from the students, and during the briefing you will share your findings or something. And just like as I just mentioned, we'll have a workshop. I'll find out what our teachers need. For example, we try hard to work on differentiated instructions, but we know a little about that, so I'll invite the professors to come to deliver a speech to talk about differentiated instruction. And maybe theoretical or practical, then we will talk about more about that. And this is our Google Drive. We share everything, different grades and different units. All the teachers can upload, can download. And we have study group. Actually, we only did this once. So last time we didn't want to talk about assessments. So these books are from the experts give us as presents. So I got these books. And we talk about assessments. So we'll only focus on chapter 2, and each teacher has to just focus on one part, and they will prepare like PPT and present their shit.
Like a book club thing.
Kind of, yes. And actually that's the date. So we just write down on the whiteboard and give teachers 1 month to prepare for that. And actually that's quite interesting because actually you only read through 1 or 2 pages, but you can hear a lot from teachers and they share their experiences. So that's quite interesting. Alright, now let's move to station teaching. So far I'm just talked about how we manage our team as a learning community. We did a lot of things like Friday meeting, grade meeting, and we share all the documents. Now let's move to station teaching, how we did that. Do you remember why we want to do station teaching? There's so many different models where we focus on this one. I didn't talk about that, right? So first one, I want to have the kids have more chance to do independent work. So because while we do station teaching, we got only 2 teachers in the classroom, but there are more than 3 stations. That means some stations there's no teachers around them. So students got chance to do their independent work, to talk with their friends. They got a chance to really use English in real situation. So we provide this chance. And the second one is give teachers and students more chance to interact with each other. Because when we divide the students into 4 groups, it's about only 8 students in one group. So teachers got more chance to talk to individual students to help their own needs. You not just talk to a whole class, you only talk to 8. So that's why I want to do this. It's over. So now I'm talking about, this one is the first generation of our station teaching because we
First generation.
See, this is the first generation because our foreign teacher, that Mr. Harper, he brought out this idea, station teaching, but I never tried this before. Before he talked about that, I know nothing about that because we don't teach it this way in Taiwan. So when you talk about that, and I think, why not just give it a try? So we divide the class into 4 groups. So each groups, they work on different tasks. So for example, this group, they work on Uno, they play vocabulary games for 20 minutes. After that, they will move to another station. So that's 1 period. And the next period, they will finish another 2 stations. So that's means 2 periods, 4 stations. So in this way, we need to prepare for different tasks for students. And as you see, when I took this picture, I really love it because kids love it. They enjoy to do that by their own and without teachers' harassment. Sometimes when students are learning, when teachers are around, they feel uncomfortable. So they love to do that independently. So when we find out this is a good way to do co-teaching, which I think, but we need to think that how to make it better. We tried for the first ones, and we think we want to have a second try. So this is the second generation of our station teaching. So in this time, we think if we can divide students into different groups and they doing different tasks, why not just do it? Why not we just do differentiated instruction? Because if we can teach the students at their level, and then I believe the learning will become better, the outcome will become better. So this time we try differentiated instruction, and this time I invite all our English teachers to observe my class, because the very first time only 2 of us did it, and nobody knows about that. So this time I invite all the English teachers to come to our class and observe it and give us some feedbacks. So as you know, there's some groups that independent work. So teachers are not around. If there's no teacher observe that class, we won't know how does the kids work. So this time we divide the students into 4 tiers, 4 different levels, according to their reading abilities. And then, but we need to provide 6 to 8 different leveled tasks, because there are different levels. You cannot give the same task. So you need to prepare more. And then both co-teachers drift around the groups to facilitate students' learning.